Growing up, I was raised Jewish, primarily by my father, who was Jewish. My mom was nothing, but then she converted to, you know, be what my dad was. And they raised me pretty strictly Jewish at the beginning. We would go to temple and everything, but that faded away pretty quickly, and we became more culturally Jewish in that we just celebrated the holidays. So I was never super religious at any point in my life. And to be honest, I don't really identify with any religion right now. More just believe in like universality and karma and stuff. This was definitely an experience for me. I have never been to a church ceremony before. All of my friends had bar mitzvahs growing up, so if there was any religious coming of age ceremony I was attending, it was usually a Jewish one. My dad didn't like the idea of me getting involved with Christianity or church. I don't know why, but he had like a weird thing. And so it was always kind of prohibited to me, so naturally I kind of grew curious to learn more about the things that I wasn't allowed to experience. I went to Loyola's Holy Name of Jesus Christ Church. It's like right across the street from Gibson. I was super nervous going into it because I went alone and literally had no idea what I was going in for. And not knowing anybody also definitely put me further out of my comfort zone than I already was. And yeah, we were standing outside, like getting ready to go into the church, and I was kind of just like alone, and everybody was like dressed really nicely. I was super nervous and anxious, and I like also kind of felt like I was tiptoeing around people because I didn't want to like make a scene or anything, considering I'm not actually there like for the religion. I don't know. I feel like I was more there for the experience than I was for the religious aspect, and I didn't know if that was rude or anything. But the service started, and I was a little weirded out at first because there was like the opening procession where like there's kids who walk in with like a cross and like candles and stuff. I was like, what's happening? But it was actually really pretty and gained a lot in terms of respect and appreciation for like this religion that I didn't have previously. Well, I had respect for it, I just like didn't understand it. So like I said, I'm not religious. I don't believe in like a one and only God or like the Bible or anything. Listening to the sermons, I felt like a constant, like inquisitive, just generally doubtful feeling of like, you know, did this really happen? Probably not. Do we have actual quotes from what these people said? Also probably not. But once I looked past all of that, the underlying message in the sermon was really interesting and something that I think everybody can agree with. So the sermon was based off of the prodigal son who asks for his inheritance early from his dad and then goes and spends it all on prostitutes and parties and stuff. And he's really stressed out about it, but in the end, his dad forgave him. And this, you know, there's an underlying message there. It's one, this kid makes mistakes and learns from his mistakes, hopefully. And there's also the lesson of forgiveness, and that's a really important part of everyone's life, not just like Christian people. So I think that, you know, there's a lot of takeaways and underlying messages that even if you don't necessarily agree with everything, you can definitely find parts of it that resonate with you. I think there's an obvious connection to our class in that once we have a solid understanding and have experienced similar things to what other people in our community have experienced, then from there forward we can, you know, cultivate a community of acceptance and understanding because we've had similar experiences and because we know where other people are coming from. And I think that's been a prevalent part of our discussions in class since day one about how teachers can, you know, make better connections with their students and how like the class can prevent bullying and stuff. And I think all of it relates back to this idea that we need to foster a community of acceptance and understanding, and the only way to do that is for everybody to understand where everybody else is coming from. And so, yeah.
I like it when non-Christians go to church. I think it's awesome, and like whether they want to keep coming back or not, that's their own choice. But of course, like I support it. I love church. It's done some great things in my life.
Do you feel like it like helps create a basis of understanding?
I think it does. I think it helps you, like, I think if you just sit down and read the Bible, it's like very dense, and like I think church kind of breaks it down for me.
I think that it's actually a good thing when non-Christians go to church, because I feel like there's a lot of times from people who aren't Christian or Catholic or have, I don't know, those views, have judgments about what church is like and what Christianity is like and what Christians who go to church are like. And I know every church is different and every Christian's experience with Christianity is different, but just I think like everyone should have the experience of experiencing everyone else's religious experiences.